All right, ladies, welcome to another episode of Peaches and Tea. We all know I'm Erica, the owner. We have Jesse, the manager, and then you have our facial specialist, Jeanette, and you have our waxer, Aaliyah. I wanted these girls to be on because they're fairly new to the Peach Bar, so we could just talk about their journey a little bit and how they came to be at the Peach Bar.
So I was waxing for a couple of months prior to the Peach Bar. I was doing it on my own for a little while. It wasn't really going anywhere because it was just really friends and family. Um, but previous to that, I was a cosmetologist. I was doing hair, makeup, and nails on the side as well. So I got my cosmetology license back in high school, and there it came a time where I didn't know like what I wanted to do with my license until I started getting waxing. I started getting waxed, and I'm like, oh, well, I need to do something with my life. So I tried to do waxing, and I ended up loving it. It took me a while to find a place that I actually liked because I definitely didn't want to go to European Wax Center. So then once I found the Peach Bar, I was like, yes, this is where I want to start. This is my journey now.
I love when people actually love the Peach Bar. That like gives my heart like a little like, oh, we finally made it. When people are like, yes, I want to work at the Peach Bar. Jeanette, what about you?
So I actually did end up starting at European, and that
No.
was that was a trip, honestly. It's funny because everyone's like, "How do you even get into waxing?" I'm like, "Well, one day you're in beauty school, you start waxing, and then another day you're working at European."
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
exactly how it happens. You know what it is they're the only waxing place that takes you when you still have that student permit. That's why.
yeah, I was using my permit when I started there, but it was just like, I don't know, I didn't like it. It was a weird environment. Even when people were like nice, it was just like everything just feels kind of like fake over there, and I didn't like it. And then I was like, oh, let me go to like a second one. And then I worked at the second location, and I was like, okay, no, it's still weird, just like a different type of weird. And then, yeah, then I applied here. I remember I actually emailed you, Erica. I was like, here's a resume if you need a waxer. And then you got back to me, and I was like, oh, yeah. I was actually going to start at another place, but they were using soft wax, and I didn't want to go through that kind of training because I don't really like working with soft wax. And I like it here a lot more than at European for sure.
Really? You know what it
Yeah.
is? I think it's hard because coming from European and other places and then coming to the Peach Bar is just totally different. It's like a different vibe. What it is there, I think at European, everyone fights for their customers, while here everyone shares customers, if that makes sense. I think, and that like eliminates the whole like girl on girl like arguing and stuff. Now let's jump into it. Now that we know a little bit about about yourselves, tell me a little bit on like what's your holy grail when it comes to skincare. That's something that we haven't talked about. I know when it comes to like the Peach Bar, what's your holy grail?
Okay, mine is niacinamide, hands down.
Really?
Yeah, I love niacinamide. I use it in my skincare, just like the regular one from like The Ordinary. It reduced like, cause I have like pretty like oily skin, like just like in the T zone, regular stuff. And it really helped with that. And then you know that Elf primer that now it has like niacinamide in it too, the pink one.
Yeah, I saw that.
That one is so good. Like I do not like get oily through my makeup. I think it's like definitely like one of my top like makeup products right now. And but yeah, niacinamide. And then I also have what is it? It's like a BHA for blackheads from CosRX, and that made my pores like a lot smaller, and it just like kind of wiped out all like the blackheads I would get like on my nose and my chin. So yeah,
Oh,
that
I need
definitely
that
helped.
then. I definitely need
It's
that.
so good. I really recommend it.
Yeah, you know what's really bad actually? I don't
Let's hear
use
it.
any skincare. The only thing I really use is moisturizer by Boots. I usually try to go like Target to get anything that's like vegan and cruelty
Okay.
free. So like that's usually the products that I try to like go for, something that's vegan, just for personal reasons. But
Okay.
I really want to get into the skincare routine thing, but I just really haven't found a good routine. Me and Jeanette was actually talking about it while she was doing a facial for me, And I really want to try the that product for blackheads because I have a strawberry nose and it's really bad. I need something to help close my pores, make them smaller. So I really want to try to start using that as well.
I am terrible. I don't have a skincare holy grail product that I could say because I'm gonna be honest, 9 out of 10 times I don't even wash my face at the end of the night with my makeup on it.
Yes.
So honestly,
Don't say
I
that.
but I improved because before I used to use like the Neutrogena makeup wipes and everyone was like that's so bad for you, switch over to the micellar water. So honestly, if I'm gonna say anything's my holy grail, definitely micellar water. And then honestly, when we used to do some of the little trade shows, they have like a bunch of vendors and booths there and they give you like little samples to try out. There is this one brand called Farmhouse. What is it, Erica? Farmhouse Fresh?
Farmhouse Fresh, yeah.
Love their products. I've used that a couple times. They have like a really nice like vitamin C citrus cleansing foaming
You love
cleanser.
that cleanser.
But once I went out of it, I'm too lazy to reorder it. So it's done. You know, the skincare routine ended once that product ran out. So I just need to get a little bit better, but I do like their products a lot.
You know what's funny? Aaliyah says that she doesn't use anything, but her skin was actually so nice when I did her facial the other day.
It's those
Wow.
girls who don't try that are like let me have the best skin. Like, but us
Those
girls
are
who
the
have
ones that
like
tell you to drink water.
I know,
No,
like I
it's
have
so
a whole
true.
7-step skincare routine that I do morning and night, and I'm like,
It's always how it works. Like my one friend, she literally uses the Dove soap bars, and she's like, "I just wash my face in the shower with that," and she has beautiful skin, like
That's what I
porcelain,
do.
beautiful,
Wow.
flawless
who's
skin.
that? Camilla?
There you go.
I
No,
use Dove.
but there you go. And she's got beautiful skin. Like you can't make it up. You can't.
Like, you know, when they say that guys, they use like those 10 in ones, like for everything, and they
Yeah.
don't have like a single like blemish. Like, okay.
I know my husband's like, what
Uh,
is all this stuff in the shower? I'm like, it's all my stuff. Like you have your first shampoo, your second shampoo, your conditioner, your deep conditioner, then you have your body wash, then you have the smell good body wash, and then you have your scrub and all that. And he was like, I just have this. I'm just like, you wash your balls and your face with the same soap? Like that can't be. No, I
That's
think
so funny.
my holy grail has been that snail mucin, like that whole like Korean skincare. I really
what?
tried it.
Yes.
I was like, let me try it. Like, let me see what the hype is. And then I tried it, bro. When I mean like it'd be like a bounce back. You feel like the whole like bounce in your skin. And I'm like, it makes a complete difference. I
What
love
is
adding
it?
that in. Snail mucin. It's like the secretion of the snail. Like you know that slime.
Does it smell?
No.
No. You should use it with like the snail like 92, like the moisturizer of it.
Yeah, I use
It's
the whole
so
line.
good.
But
Yeah.
for when I first started using it, I was like, oh, it's all right. But then, of course, I was like a deep dive into TikTok, and you're supposed to use it on damp skin. I didn't know that. So the whole time I was like drying the shit out of my face and then putting the stuff on. And I'm like, oh, I was doing it wrong. So I wasted like 2 bottles for no reason, apparently.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
was
good.
horrible. But I mean, I think that's my holy grail. I think if anyone's going to incorporate that, that would be like incorporate that into your skincare. You're going to notice like complete difference, especially like us old people. Like we just need that little fine line increase, like to
Well,
help
I'm
us
young,
out.
but so do I.
It's the peach bar. You peach bar girls be stressing us out, man. I'm telling you. Now, now that we have your skincare, what's like your aftercare? Like for customers who don't know the peach bar, who never waxed before, what's the one thing you're gonna tell them to do, hands down, like to incorporate for like that perfect bikini porn star looking vagina? What's your holy grail? Not her holding
Okay,
a
so
bush bomb.
This right here.
Oh, I
I
couldn't see you. Okay.
love, love, love Bush Bomb. I've talked about it in one of our earlier podcasts. I'll talk about it again. Honestly, when I'm covering the front desk and clients are like, what are those bottles? I'm like, don't even ask me unless you really want to hear about it. I suffer from like hyperpigmentation. I have a lot of ingrowns and I wasn't keeping up with exfoliating with the dry brush. And then when I met Bush Bomb, they gave me some like samples when I met them at the New York aesthetic show. And I literally fell in love. The pina colada one specifically, because I feel like it just has such a nice scent. And I feel like, okay, like cute and girly. Like I throw a little pump in, put it into my skin. I've honestly never felt as hydrated down there ever. And I have noticed a lot, especially with the darkness, that this product hands down just works. I know we use PFB in the store too. that one to me just not the same effect. I think it's the packaging that really sells me for Bush Balm as well. So that would be my recommendation to any client, like any dark spot oil that they have or their scrubs. Bible, I think it works.
Oh, you know what's funny? I didn't realize until literally like a week or two ago, someone gave me a set of the Bush Balm. It was like the scrub and the dark spot oil, and I found it recently, and I started using it on my underarms, and it's only been like 2 weeks, and it's definitely a lot lighter. And I was like, oh, okay. So now I use it every day because
Now,
it's
which
just
scent is
so
it?
bad.
Is it the Bermuda one, their white packaging?
Yeah, it's the white bottle. Yeah, the little
Okay.
tiny one. Yeah, I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I had it this whole time and I didn't even know. And I can tell people like I use it, so like
And it
for sure it
helps.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard trying to sell a product to someone when you haven't used it. So you're just trying to read them like you're like a fact sheet. You're like,
exactly.
24
Yeah.
to 48 hours, do this, do that. But this one, since I've been using it now probably like 2 months consistently, like it's so easy to tell clients about it.
Mhm.
So, Aaliyah, how about you? What would you recommend to clients for an aftercare for their Brazilian?
I honestly, I really want to recommend Bush Balm because we sell it, and like I've heard you say good things about it too, and I really really want to try it. But the only thing I've ever tried is the Dove exfoliating polish, and honestly, I love the way it smells. Every single one of them smells amazing, and they're pH balanced. So even if they were to like get it down there, it wouldn't mess up their pH balance. But I really do try to tell them to go for our Bush Balm products or the dry brush.
Now, Erica, I see you shaking your head to her Dove pH scrub. Any reason why? Because I've
I,
never used it.
you know what it is? I'm not a fan of scrubs. Like even like the Bush Balm, I'm not really like a fan of scrubs because to me it feels like the only way I explain this is like when you go to the beach and you step on wet sand, it's harder to take off your skin versus when you step on dry sand, it's easily like you could dust that shit off. So to me, when you dry brush, it's flaking off all that dry skin versus like an in scrub shower. I just feel like doesn't really exfoliate. I mean, if you want to put the two together, then that would exfoliate and give you like the perfect. But I think like scrubs to me, like I love Bush Balm. I love them. They're my girls, but I just don't agree with a scrub. Like sugar scrubs to me, I feel like they're just gonna clog my drain.
Yeah, I feel like when you use them in the shower, they just kind of dissolve in your hand. Like your hand feels more exfoliated than like what you're trying to scrub.
That's so
Yeah, like I
true.
feel like I'm trying to like scrub
That's
in there and
true.
I can't. But like I just do too. I think I do too much to my skin. Like when I jump in the shower, then I'll take like that African like mesh. Have you girls heard of it? It's like an African body scrub mesh. I gave it to Tommy when he was here.
Like the net,
Yes, yes.
right? Like that
Yeah,
like
I
the little
long
net.
towel looking
I
thing.
have
Yeah.
that. I've never used it though.
Yeah, so I put like my Dove soap on there, like the bar. Like I'll just put it in, scrub my body, then I'll go in with like a regular, like my Smell Good soap because I feel like one soap is to take off all your dead skin cells, then the other soap is to hydrate and smell good. Then I'll use the Bush Balm scrub. Then I'll jump out the shower, put the serum on. Then on top of the serum, I put lotion on. So it's a lot. It's a little
That's a
bit too
lot.
much.
Have you noticed like a difference in your skin or
Yeah,
that's
my
a lot to keep
my
up with?
my psoriasis doesn't come back when I do like the whole thing, but when I don't do it, then
Mm.
I feel like Kim Kardashian, where I'm trying to put like breast milk on my legs and stuff. So
Oh my God.
to each its own, guys.
Wait, what? She does that?
Yeah, it was in one of her bro. Okay, number one, I don't agree with Kim Kardashian, but I admire Kim Kardashian because whoever came out with a porn and then she could keep that shit going to be a millionaire,
That's true.
That's fair.
I want to do that. Okay,
Talk
but I
about
was
making it
watching.
work for you.
I know. I was watching one of the episodes, and she has psoriasis really bad on her legs, and she took her. I think it was Courtney's like breast milk, and she was putting it on her legs, and it supposedly it worked.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Trust me,
Yeah,
I
no.
would hit up, I would hit up my sister Alexis and be like, "Yo, give me a pint of breast milk
I
to
mean,
put
I
all
guess
over my body if I had to."
if it works, then yeah, nah, I don't know. I don't have psoriasis, so I can't say I would rather just deal with it. But I guess to each their own.
Well, I
That's
only
just not
have it.
something.
I only have it in one spot on my body, and it's my foot. So it doesn't really bother me, but it bothers me because when it gets bad and it starts to crack and stuff, then I'm in pain. Like It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad when it comes to psoriasis. I don't know. Now, starting at the Peach Bar, what do you feel like? Be completely honest. No hard feelings here. This is a learning process for me, for Jesse, for everyone. What do you feel is like the hardest part about working at the Peach Bar?
Yes.
Just because.
I agree. I feel like for me, it's definitely the filming. So I try to ask every single person. Like I'll usually get like underarm service. They're like, okay, cool, no problem. But for Brazilians, it's always like, I don't know. Like I'm just kind of shy about showing down there. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. I don't want to make you feel like you need to.
You know what it is? When we first started filming, our clients used to eat it up, and they loved helping us out in filming. Like girls would be like, "Send me the copy for my OnlyFans," like stuff like that. But I think what happened was social media destroyed it for us because women on social media will like write like, "Ew, why does she look like that? Why is it this?" And I think that's what stopped women from wanting to help us. And you can't fault anyone on that, you know. The only reason why we ask is because customers literally, when they call, they'd be like, well, I didn't see her work on social media. I didn't see it on Instagram. Who is she? What does she do? Is she the same way? No?
Yeah.
Okay, then don't book me with her. Book me with someone else. Or they'll call and be like, yeah, I saw the video, like 4 posts down to the left. Who did that one? And you're like,
Just to add on to that point, Erica, I remember we had a client call and complain about one of our facial specialists downstairs. And, so they were like, she wants to speak to a manager. So I gave her a call back and she was like, I was extremely disappointed with the vajacial service I just received. Like, so many steps were left out. And I was like, okay, like, do you feel like you'd be able to pinpoint exactly where in the service things went wrong? She goes, yes. So she double cleansed me, she steamed me, she put the exfoliant on. Afterwards, she put the mask, but the wand never came out. And I said, the wand, I'm like, are you referring to high frequency? Like, it does vary from client to client, like what we would use on your skin. She goes, no, the wand that turns red and blue was never put on my skin. So how did my vajacial, be completed if you didn't seal everything in? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm going to be honest, that wand is nowhere in any steps of the vajacial. She goes, I'll send it to you on Instagram because there's a video of your vajacial service. And I go and I watch it, and it was a vajacial with a skin brightening service embedded into one. And I was trying to explain to her, and she was like, that's false advertising on your social media. I'm like, but ma'am, it's in the bio.
Oh my God.
It says vajacial and skin brightening treatment. But, like, it is honestly insane how people really criticize, like, and analyze our videos. Like, they will refer to that when they want to complain. But you guys aren't also the first people to bring up the point that filming's been hard. So, Miss Boss Lady, what are we going to do to make it a little bit easier for them? Because this is, like, the sixth time I've heard that that's the hardest part of the Peach Bar.
you don't want to hear what I got to say.
I know. I would love to, honestly.
So to me, I just feel like our girls are really timid. Like I'm the type of person where I don't take, not that I don't take no for an answer, but I have very thick skin. So to me, it'd be like, all right, you hopping up and we're filming. Like,
Oh, you don't even ask.
no, like it's just, to me, it's just there. Jesse, what do you say the hardest part is about the Peach Bar?
I come from a different point of view, obviously. But I would say mine personally that I have to deal with is probably the call outs. Just because a lot of customers do get very upset, especially like when they like their waxer, they plan it a couple weeks in advance and there's just nothing to say to the client. I get that they're so frustrated and I'm like, it's beyond our control. It's out of the waxer's control. Like something is going on personally that they're not able to be here, but people don't really understand that. But since we have about 10 waxers on a day, every day, like 5 days a week or however many days, 5 days, there's at least 2-3 call outs in a week.
Things happen, bro. Like you're going to get mad at me because my waxer caught COVID? How is that my fault? You're gonna get mad at me because Route 3 is backed up with like 6 accidents and people don't know how to drive? How is that my fault? You're gonna get mad at me because I have a no child policy? You're damn right. Little Timmy just almost tumbled down the stairs because no one was watching him.
And it's happened before. It's happened.
Oh my God.
Because we used to, like, I used to love kids. Like, I had kids there all the time. Like, one of my customers, and so I took her mom, the sister, and the daughter. So I had all 3 of them. and they have kids, and her son, I love him. He's so chubby and cute, and he had like the biggest crush on me. He would bring me stuff for Christmas. Used to allow them there all the time. Right after that, we had two ladies come in. They both had infants. Not when they changed the kid's diaper and left it on our receptionist, like left it there, like shitty diaper. Then I was like, I'm so bad. I was like, I feel so bad. Like, we just can't have any more kids. And she's like, yeah, but my kids are good. I'm like, yeah, but if I have your kids and I tell them they can't bring their kids, people are going to get back. And then I was like, you know what? Fine. Maybe that was a one-time incident. Let me have someone else. I had this lady bring her son, and we were filming, and I'm waxing her, and her son's running around the little suites that we have, around me in the bed, around me in the bed, around me in the bed, like this. And the kid busted his ass. And I don't have a poker face. I broke out laughing. So the kid's crying on the floor. I'm mid-wax, and I'm laughing at the mom because I told you to keep your son still. Like, these are ceramic tiles. Like, he's going to bust his head open. She was like, no. And then I was like, that's it. No more kids. And then after that, we had one lady, Jessie, I think you made the exception. You're like, it's okay. Like, let's make the exception. Or was it Ashley who made it? The lady went in for a full leg in Brazilian. She left a 2-month-old and a 3-year-old waiting in our waiting room.
Oh,
No one watching for an hour and 15. When I mean I knocked on that door, you got to take your kids with you. What? Your kids got to go in the room or you got to stop your waxing service. The lady was like naked. I was like, I don't care. You left a newborn and a 2-year-old. What were you thinking? So after that, I was like, no kids. Just can't. They'll be like,
Yeah.
But then the other day, you guys had a customer downstairs where she was like, I'm going to call my lawyer. I'm like, please do. All right. Well, thank you, ladies. It's been a pleasure. Bye, ladies.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.